your story.
Once there was a tiny, tawny kitten. She had eyes that color of bluebells, and her ears and tail and paws were a tail of light. She was even afraid of everything. She even got the rain from beetles.
Yeah, and she leaped from her sunny windowsill.
Large pigeon tried to climb on a ledge outside. She was even afraid of her own shadow. She jumped when she saw it moving along the garden wall. Quickly, a tiny, tawny kitten scrambled back to her little door. Silly kitten, you mustn't be afraid of everything. I want you to grow up as a big tiger cat, and you will someday. She liked things that were little, like herself. She liked to love milk from a small dish, and liked to curl up in a small basket, and liked to a piece of string and a little cat in his mouth. That was just right for Tiny Tawny Kitten's games. But a tiny, tawny kitten didn't like big things. She didn't like big boys on bikes or big yapping dogs, and she didn't like big trucks that rattled down the street. And she even didn't like big cats. One day a face was called Miranda, lived over King's yard. And Miranda, long feathery tail and sharp paws and shrill meow. She didn't want that fast, sassy cat to take her yard when Miranda was by. She even hid under hollyhocks. She didn't come out when Miranda chewed the tail off a toy mouse. In the night, a tiny, tawny kitten watched from the window. A little cat and the spotted meat market cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. And the tiny, tawny kitten wanted to play. And the tiny, tawny kitten didn't like old Bezernezer. One day she was in New York. Suddenly she heard someone walking along through grass. There was old Bezernezer, way feet high. And the tiny, tawny kitten was very frightened. She arched her back and bristled her fur and began to hiss and spit and meow. Slapped old Bezernezer in the face with a tiny paw. Nothing happened. Old Bezernezer yelped and ran away. From this on, a tiny, tawny kitten grew braver. Old Bezernezer was large and noisy because he had to face the brave lips like a big tiger cat, and that's what little girl said she was. I did all I can, so turn the record player on now.
Okay. Read loud enough you can hear.
This is my house, and I'm a mommy, my children, and Annabelle, Betsy, and Bonnie. They're good little children. They do as like I say. I put on their coats and they all go out to play. Bill is daddy. He works in the city, and he has a new car. Isn't it pretty? I wash the dishes and sweep the floor. I wash the dishes and sweep the floor. I wash the fingerprints off the door. I wash clothes in my washing machine. I scrub with soap and rinse them clean. Hang them on line to dry. Or I have to iron them by and by. My children like to sit in buggy. They sit in buggy side by side. Now I teach you some ABCs and who can count for 10 for me. I guess it's time for me to bake. I'll make some cookies and ginger cake. My neighbor comes for coffee or tea. We have a party by a cherry tree, a pointing gallops. Don't be late. Put on your bibs at sit up straight. Round potatoes and blueberries too. Now eat your spinach, it's good for you. She has a bubble, she has a bubble, she has a bubble. See, that's his bunny. Mommy and Daddy. There's Mommy. Now it's story time for my little children. I will read you a poem and nursery rhyme. Now it's bath time for my little dears. I scrub their necks and wash their ears. I take them in bed and sing them a song, and they'll be asleep before very long. Well, Mommy had so much to do. Good night, dollies. I'm sleepy too. I got all I can, so turn the record player on now.
Mm-hmm. That was Mirza reading her little storybook, Little Mummy, and she is 4 years old. She's read it from memory.